What's up, everybody? It's Joni. So, as some of you guys already know, Traktor 3 was released by Native Instruments not too long ago. And one of the really cool new features on Traktor 3 is that today you can use any mixer with a built-in sound card / interface to control the digital vinyl system of Traktor. So before, in Traktor 2, the only thing you could do is map the knobs and buttons. And the only way to use the timecode vinyl or timecode CDs from Traktor is to use a Traktor-ready mixer or interface. But today, now on Traktor 3, you can use any mixer with a built-in sound card or any audio interface, preferably one made for DJing, to use the timecode vinyl. I'm really excited to try this out because I've had Traktor for a while now, and I bought the package that came with Traktor Scratch Pro 2, and I've never been able to use the timecode vinyl because I've never had a Traktor-ready mixer or interface. But now, just about every mixer with a built-in sound card can be used with Traktor's digital vinyl system. So today, we're going to try this out with the DJM-S9 from Pioneer DJ. And the thing about the S9 is that it's actually a mixer made for both Serato DJ and Record Box DJ. However, but to use it with Traktor, I actually had to download and install what's called a TSI file, which is a mapping file. So I could have some of the controls on the software right here on the mixer's surface. I've always been a big fan of Traktor's sound quality over Serato's. And to be honest, my plan was to actually switch from Serato to Traktor. The algorithm for time stretching and scratching just sounds superior over Serato. But the one thing that honestly stopped me was the fact that the playlists on Traktor, the names of the playlists are locked in alphabetical. And because I'm used to how Serato works, where you can move around your playlist like however you want, I couldn't get myself outside of that comfort zone. So I kind of stuck with Serato, and during the time it was Scratch Live. Now, I'm not bummed out too much because Native Instruments is kind of a closed system now, almost a closed system, where they make their own software and they make their own hardware. Because I stuck with Serato, I was using more Pioneer DJ gear, which eventually led me to become a demonstrator for Pioneer DJ. But with that said, I'm still a fan of Traktor. I love the fact that you can play stems inside Traktor, and I still love the sound quality on board their software. So let's try out that sound quality now using a DJM-S9 and a pair of turntables. Okay, so first we're gonna listen to the time stretching algorithm when the key lock is on. So what we're gonna do is we're just going to go up and down the tempo and just listen to the quality of the key lock. Okay, cool. One of the things I noticed or didn't notice was the fact that I don't hear the typical flanging or bit crushing. Now, mind you, we're only going plus and minus 8%, and usually you got to go farther to really hear that. But usually I can hear it in other DJ software when it gets past 5.5. And I don't hear much of that. So now let's try doing it in a beat match. So I'm going to take two songs and beat match them. Ooh, all right. Well, first thing I noticed that's a little different is I can tell that the algorithm doesn't shift the beat a little bit. And what I'm talking about is in Serato, the way the algorithm cuts up the beats, sometimes even if you have two things exactly matched on the BPM and it's precise and the kicks are hitting at the right spots, as you go in and out of a phrase, one of the songs might teeter forward or backwards, but it's always kind of going back to the right spot. And you can kind of hear it. And sometimes if you compensate for it by pitch bending, it kind of throws your beat off. Now in Traktor, it just sounds more natural where I don't have any of that. In fact, it kind of just stays on beat. Now, it sounds like it will sound smoother, but what it actually did for me was I felt like I was on, but I was actually off because it was just so smooth the way it was all glued together. I don't know if that has to do with the limiter and Traktor. I didn't see myself hitting it, but it just sounds a lot more in place, and you can't tell that you're off until you're really, really off. Just coming from a Serato guy trying this out, I've spoken about how CDJs are pretty smooth as well, and same with Rekordbox. So this TSI file that I downloaded, I actually found it in the forums of Native Instruments. It's not an official mapping for the S9, so meaning somebody actually just made this and uploaded it. Since this feature of being able to use any mixer is pretty recent, there's not really a lot of TSI files out there yet, but the idea is to either create your own for yourself or to download one that really works for you. And one of the things about this specific mapping, it has 4 hot cues and 4 roll loops. So let's try this out. Okay, one of the things I noticed, I can't like press one, hold the next, and go to the other. So I gotta kind of alternate or make sure I'm off one before I press the other. So let's try this again. Yeah, pretty cool. I hope to see a TSI file with 8 hot cues, and maybe I can switch to a different menu where I have these as roll loops, but so far pretty cool for basic stuff. Now, let's try out how it sounds like scratching. Let's see how well I do with these, because these are brand new timecode vinyl and they're a little slick. So let's try it out anyways. I can tell you right now, it feels a little different from Serato, and I mean that in a good way. I have the buffer setting at 512 milliseconds, but it feels a little tighter. I know it sounds cliche, but it feels a little closer to vinyl. And not only does it feel closer to vinyl, if you guys notice, I did not turn down the treble, which I normally do in Serato, because whenever you're scratching really, really fast in Serato, the volume tends to go up the faster you go. And I've talked about this before, where I like this in Rekordbox, where the faster you scratch, it kind of filters, or the volume kind of comes down so that you don't hurt people's ears when you're scratching. And in Traktor, it just sounds more natural because there's either a filtering or a volume control, so that the faster the sounds are, it doesn't hurt your ears. I basically had this all the way up to 12 o'clock and actually had to turn up the gain just so that it sounds even with the breakbeat track that was playing. So yeah, I'm really impressed with how Traktor 3 works with the DJM-S9. I'm looking forward to different mappings that people are going to make. So far, Traktor 3 sounds great with the DJM-S9. And what that also says is that now the DJM-S9 not only works with Serato and Rekordbox, but it can work with DVS and Traktor. And I can hear all the virtual DJ people saying,
well, we had that a long time ago.
Well, you know what? That is true. Virtual DJ has had that for a while, and props to Virtual DJ for that. So if you guys want to try this out, I'll leave a link to the TSI file down in the comments, Or if you've created any of your own mapping for the DJM-S9, please leave them in the comments. Would really love to try some of yours. All right, guys. Well, hope you guys found this thing useful. And if it's your first time here and you like this video, be sure to click that subscribe button. And don't forget to click that little bell icon so you get a notification the next time I upload a video. Don't forget to add me on Instagram. Sometimes I show little previews of these videos that I'm working on. So be sure to add me on Instagram. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Take care.